Welcome to the Divisional Playoff Matchup Podcast. Something like that. Anyways, I'm Sam. With us we have Rob. How's it going? Rob?
It's probably, a week later, better than you, I guess.
Yeah. Sometimes you're on a hot streak and then you lay an egg, That's just how it is.
It blows up on you. Running backs decided your running backs decided to run and hide this week, Sam.
Yeah, that's okay. It happens. It feels good to make it to the playoff for the first time in 10 years, and then all of a sudden this happens, But
it's over. Yeah, it's over and done.
It's over and done. But yeah, let's go ahead and talk about the matchups. What we got, like 2 matchups to talk about?
We had 2 matchups, and quite frankly, Sam, there's not a hell of a lot to talk about. So I guess we'll go ahead and start with yours.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Mad Dog, Ninja versus Mad Dog. Yeah.
Yeah, they're on one on top of one other in my deal here. So, the first thing I'd point out is what an amazing Thursday night that game must have been for both of you with Matt Stafford up against Brock Purdy. Huh?
I felt good too because what was it? It was me. At the end of the Thursday, I was up 16-13, right?
oh yeah, 16, man. 16 will carry all the way through normally. Yeah, especially when you had Stafford and Puka going. That's exactly what you're opening. Maddox counters back with 2 out of Purdy and. Oh God, Kyron, we got 11. Thank God they kept running the ball. What an atrocious game that was. So yeah, and then it just kind of. The big thing with your team this year. Sam, you had a good team, man. You're really playoff ready. You got great quarterbacks. You got great running backs, and your running backs just went kind of. 6, 5, and 8 out of Derrick Henry, Joe Mixon, and Brian Robinson. When Brian Robinson's leading that group of 3 guys, you're having an off week, man. And it's rough. And Tennessee, that's a good secondary over there. They did a good job of keeping Jamar Chase and, as good as anybody can. He got like 93 yards, but they kept him out of the end zone. And Joe Burrow, 27, that's pretty low for Burrow on the year. So it's, we can sit around and second guess you that I guess you should have gone with Devontae Smith. I, for the life of me, can't figure out why you would do that. But,
yeah, exactly.
They just, at the end of the day, Sam, I just don't think there was much that's going to help you out against, you just be happy that Maddox went ahead and left Mike Evans on the bench, which was a situational matchup. It was a Sunday afternoon game, and he was highly questionable. I go with C.D. Lamb and Ron St. Brown and DJ Moore too, but there's 46.5. He's got the Broncos up against the Colts. They ended up salvaging that out of 22, but man, that might have been a nice week to flex 2 defenses. I don't know why you ever would in the current rules, but Kansas City's turnover machine, man.
If Jonathan Taylor would have kept that football, I think that would have took a few points off of Denver's defense, right?
Yeah, but it wasn't gonna get you the 66 points you needed, Sam. I'm sorry, we don't quite go that far on that Jonathan Taylor had almost no relevance on this game. Actually, I think the Broncos got 2 points out of that on the fumble, right? So, but boy, I'll tell you what, watching that game though, man, that just completely transformed that game, man. Taylor throwing that ball behind him like an idiot. Yeah. Which, come on, Jonathan Taylor's like a brain surgeon or something, right? That guy's that was just a weird play by a very solid player, and boy, that just opened the floodgates. After that, they just were like, oh, my God, what happened? And Denver just went to town, didn't they? Yep. It was ugly. Yep. Yeah, but anyway, so Maddox looking pretty good, 161. And look at that awful 71% efficiency rating. That's embarrassing, quite honestly. But a little bit of the product there. I'm not trying to give away secrets to guys out here, Sam, or my son, or anything, but one thing you guys might want to consider in the future, and it doesn't just have to be a playoff game, but especially in a playoff game, is maybe check that weather report before you roll out a couple guys in a monsoon, So that wasn't very pretty. So kudos to Maddox moving on, and it's enough to make Scott sweat a little bit. He's got James Cook, man, and Amon-Ra St. Brown. These guys are going. C.D. Lamb, he's got Mike Evans. He's got guys.
Yep.
He's got guys, and he's starting to peak, and he's been peaking for a few weeks. So he's a heavy underdog going up against Scott this weekend. But man, it can happen, especially when I'm just sitting there staring down at Scott with Lamar Jackson playing Pittsburgh. You know how well he does against them. So, he's got a lot of players, man. He's got a lot of ways to not go cold during the week. He's got a really, really good team. But, anybody can beat anybody in fantasy football, as we prove, 100 times during the year. So,
yep.
All right. But, hey, good luck, Sam. I mean, good season, Sam. You did a great job. You had a great team. It just decided to have your worst week of the year
right.
in the wrong week.
Exactly.
And basically that just transposes us right over to the next thing. And High Rollers picked the wrong week to have his week of the year. And just to go ahead and make Maddox feel better, both these guys suffered this deal here on this Mike Evans late injury game. You're just like, come on, man. You can't take a chance. But he's coming in with the 52%. And the problem there, though, is that he did not get any performances out of Amon-Ra St. Brown. He got this goose egg from Cooper Kupp. It just, it just wasn't there. I'm not, Manny had a great season. He had a good team. It just kind of fell apart in that last game. Kind of hurt him. There's an injury, I think, somewhere on there that we're missing. Somebody let out of there, but it's just Alvin Kamara having to ride down there. It's just not a good game. And Heart Foundation, however, coming in and saying, I'll go get a high A on my efficiency for this week, 96. Look at that. Rico Dowdle, relevant in the fantasy playoffs, baby. Rico Dowdle. And look at that. Mm-hmm. Dude, the gift of the week, though, right there is Jahmyr Gibbs, man. He comes in with 32, but what's his name's out for the season? David Montgomery. That's a single back team on a team that loves to run the football. Josh Allen is MVP of the year for both the fantasy and the NFL world. I mean, kudos to Lamar and Saquon and all these guys, but I mean, Josh Allen just kind of kept doing it, didn't he?
Yep.
And it's just insane, man. Kyler Murray's crap. We'll see what he's got. He's got a team, though, and I mean, Jamar Chase, I don't know, you're going to keep him down 2 weeks in a row, and he's going against Cleveland. Cleveland's got an okay defense, though, so that's going to be that's a big game for him rolling in there. And this one, man, I want to put this one as a toss-up, man, between him and Patrick there. So that's a tough game, dude. Degenerate there with his I can't see his roster for whatever reason, even though I know he started it, so it's blanking out on my screen. So I mean, he's been great all year, and we have a potential of a father-son championship game this year, Sam. I don't think that's ever been done.
Yeah, it'd be cool. I mean, Scott, just like you said, Scott could be a little sweating over there, but
Scott is always sweating, dude. I mean, there's no way you can get around it, man. I mean, he's stressed he's stressed right now, dude. He's just convinced his team's going to do nothing. He's already pissed at Lamar. Trust me, it's already occurring, Sam.
Okay, so we have Dean Gray versus Mad Dog, right? And then the Heart Foundation versus
Belichick mate.
The Heart Foundation.
Let's be real. Now that Belichick's coaching in college football, it's time for a new nickname. I don't think anybody's going to miss the Belichick mate, dude. It's time. So, I mean, it's not a classic like Ninja Assassin or Gang Green or Straight LA, right?
True.
It will be a classic if he wins the championship, though, man. We got to get that done one year. We got to get us a list of all of our champions, Sam. We got to do it one year. I don't know how to do it. I always go by memory, and I know who's won that's in this league, and I know who's won multiple times, a couple times, but I couldn't tell you year for year. And there'd even be a couple guys we barely even remember. But anyway, Sam, that's a wrap for this week. I mean, I wish all of our players the absolute best of luck out there going into it. So I have a connection with all these guys. So I'd be happy to see any one of these four guys win.
We're down to the final four. Rob, refresh my memory. Is there a battle for third and fourth place?
Absolutely. That's a cut between 10 and 15%, man. So we pay out 45% goes of the winnings go to the overall, 30% of the winnings go to second place, 15% go to third, and 10% go to fourth. And quite honestly, Sam, the difference between third and fourth is about $100 and something, $50 or whatever. I mean, I don't quote me on that. I'm not coming out of pocket if I'm off. But it is close. We got a lot of money in this year, which is a good reminder for the few of you stragglers out there that are not paid. The Bank of Gang Green is wide open, and but most people are catching on that or make contact with me. In fact, I think everybody is. So let's go ahead and just finish that out so we can pay those. I'd just like to point out that we do have 3 teams here that have never won a championship. We got one that's won 2. So, and I mean, it's tough, man. It's hard foundation. I'd like to see him get one. Obviously, I'd like to see my son get one. And, and Patrick, right on. Scott, right on. We'll give it to him. He's just got such a good team. He kind of deserves it. But
yes, your other son got one already. So if
he's got one.
So if Maddox gets one, man, you guys are like the franchise over there. You know what I mean? The family franchise. Family franchise.
You would think I ran a fantasy league for 20 something years, Sam. The kids were born into it. So, all right, brother. Thank you very much, Sam.
All right. And thanks for tuning in, everybody. Don't forget to pay the league. I'm Sam, and for Rob, good luck, everybody.